everybody, and welcome to hopefully what is the worst map we will ever have to cover. I know that is such a big draw. You just clicked on the video, you're like, whoa, hold on. Let's talk about it first, but I'm just gonna let you guys know, if you're a fan of the Tortured Path, probably not gonna love this video. If you're a fan of the Tortured Path, but you can take criticism, you might walk away with this video with some valid criticism. Just for a little context, in my videos, I usually go through a 6-point ranking system. Well, not 6-point, a 10-point ranking system with 6 different categories, and it'll have a score at the end. Although we don't use that score that we get to rank it on the tier list, it just has its own score, but 39 could get higher than like a 60 overall if I just like the map more. With that, I think I might kind of deviate from that. I'll still be using like the same criteria to rank it, but I wouldn't be giving it necessarily a score. I think just the tier list is enough, and we can kind of work our way around with that and see where we want everything to be there. Anyways, now that's out of the way. Let's talk about the Tortured Path. So some of you guys might not know this. I made a video ranking CODs, but I put COD 2017 World War II in S tier. I put it above so many games that people wouldn't like. I really love this COD. As my first time I had my own console to play COD on. I grew up playing Call of Duties on 360 and all that. Obviously back then those games weren't really in their prime. I'd say the only prime Call of Duty that I played that's kind of old is probably Black Ops 3, like 2016, 2015. But I was really young then. And obviously when I got my PlayStation, I had a lot more free time to actually get my hands on these games. And that's when World War II came out. So that's just a little bit of a background story. I love these maps, except for some of them, like the Tortured Path. I'd say I love all the maps except for Tortured Path. All the other maps I still have a soft spot in my heart for. But this is the one map I actually never bought. So I bought all the DLCs as they came out eventually, and I beat all the Easter eggs. I've been playing it since before it really got back into Game Pass, but I was playing it a lot, and then Game Pass came out, and then I was like, oh, I could probably make some videos on this. That'd be fun, and I probably should, even though I don't think it's going to last that long. It's still something I'd want to do. Anyways, I never wanted to buy Tortured Path. When I came back to it initially and I was doing all the Easter eggs, I didn't really want to play Tortured Path. I looked into it and I said, oh, this kind of looks bad. But there was a challenge called Cold Blooded, and I needed to buy this to activate the challenge and start with like an SMG, get a cool charm, and you also get the zombie skin, which is like one of the coolest skins ever. And it's also like, hey, I know all the Easter eggs, by the way. So it's like that's a nice flex. And that is kind of the premises of how I got set up here. But with that out of the way, let's get into it. Usually I start these videos off with the story and pack. I don't care, honestly. If it doesn't necessarily have a play a big role in the story, I don't think I'm going to start bringing up story that much. And I don't think I even know the World War II story. I don't know what's going on. But I will tell you that from just some research that this is actually a pretty big part of World War II's story, which I guess never really continued, so what does it matter, right? Anyways, I do like the cast of characters, even though depending on what map you're playing on, it's different, we'll get to that later. It's really stupid. And this is kind of like the sort of Barbarossa thing. This is like the final ending to that. I'd say story-wise, I don't really care for the story, but from what I heard, I'd say it's at least a 6 out of 10. Seems fine. This is probably going to be the only thing that goes positive this entire video, by the way. Anyways, next up, replay value. This is really my least favorite part of this map. Because it's an objective-based mode and not round-based, it lacks like the sandbox feeling of traditional zombie maps where like you have choices. You can turn on power first, you can try and get your pack-a-punch as soon as possible, you can try and build the wonder weapon as soon as possible. There's more choices. In this, it's like, hey, everyone, there's one way and one way only to do this, and we all need to just follow this script essentially and act out, is how it feels almost. It feels like we're actors playing in a movie more than actually creating our own movie, where some games, you can actually kind of go on your own story almost in zombies, where this one feels like it's just like the same thing every time, which it is. There are some mix-ups with the objective rounds, but there's really not much difference. They're all pretty boring. They're more just annoying and in the way than anything. You do get some boss fights in between, which we'll get to, but they're not that fun either. I don't know, the Easter egg's less of an Easter egg and just more like things you can do. You can build the sword, and it's like, oh, well, that's cool. And it's like, here, you can guide this fish and charge up batteries for some reason. In the first one, you have to get an arm to block a windmill and then like strike the zombie out of the sky and it guide it. Really basic zombie stuff, and it's just really boring, honestly. Especially just because how you have to go like bar for bar with your round and make sure you, hey, do all this. Okay, kill the last zombie. Okay, now we gotta do this. Okay, kill the last zombie. And just back and forth between that. So I'd give the replay value like a 3 out of 10. There is some like hard mode challenges you could do, which would be fun, which I might do, but it's really not good. Brings to number 3, boss fights. Visually, these are the coolest bosses in all of COD Zombies because I mean, like, these guys know how to make some monster bosses, right? But they're all pretty underwhelming, honestly. If you play Torture Path, you know the gameplay loop is you kill zombies and you do the Easter egg steps as soon as possible, and then with the points you have on the side, you either buy perks or you spin the pistol box until you get jacks. And that's about it, and then maybe you'll buy an SMG once around gets late enough until you can pack your 9mm sap, and it's literally the same thing 3 times. It's boring. It's really boring. But yeah, the boss fights could possibly bring in a little difference, a little spice, but they're just so easy that it really doesn't matter. So I'll give them like a 3 out of 10. Next up, challenge. If I was rating how challenging this map is, crazy hard. There's invisible zombies. I ruined my run once because I was the last one alive on the second map, and there was the invisible zombie at my feet. It was a crawler, and I was shooting all around me, freaking out, and I didn't think to shoot at the ground. The waves are extremely unforgiving, so if you have a stupid teammate that's killing too much, you have to completely reset. Talking about stupid teammates, if your teammates don't know the Easter egg, you have to completely reset. Because there's steps where you have to like basically just be on comms. Like, it's impossible unless you're on comms with them. So just getting a team together to do it is basically the only way, and I wouldn't really want anyone else to do it any other way. If you guys aren't in a party together, there's no point in trying. If you do have a team that knows it, it's a pretty easy Easter egg. And also on challenges, because I don't try and just rank these maps on just the Easter eggs. It's supposed to like be a side thing, but I do complete the Easter egg, so I kind of like completed the map, if you know what I mean. On the side, there are these red skulls that you can pick up. So I technically didn't complete this, but I joined my friend, and he was on a run, and he was on the second mission, the second map he just started. I completed like 2/3 of it, and I'd say that's good enough. Anyways, yeah, you could do these if you want more challenge. I'd say that's probably fun. I'm probably gonna go try to do those, make a video out of it. It'd be fun. But for challenge, it's really hard. But I don't do like difficulty slider. It's more of how fun it is, and I'd say it's also like a 3 out of 10 just because relying on your teammates. But if it didn't have to rely on your teammates, this is a good challenging map. Very on par for World War II zombies. And 5, the vibes of the map.
That shit's ass, bro.
The only cool map I think is the middle one on the ship. I like how there's like coral reefs on the zombies. I like the little floaties are fun. This third map just feels like a knockoff of Frozen Dom, and the first map is just boring. And last of all, number 6, the impact on the franchise. The map sucked, honestly. But I'm just being so for real. No one really liked this map when it came out. Playing nowadays when I see world records and all that, like, yeah, that's cool for this map. But it's just like, it's just not that fun, I don't think. It lacks significantly, but they did try something new. But yeah, in the future we're gonna see modes like this almost with like Outbreak and Onslaught and Cold War. With that said, Torture Path is like one of the strangest zombie maps I've ever played. Really bold, it's really punishing, and it's definitely not for everyone, me included. More like a campaign zombies than anything. But if you like some challenge or something different, and there might be something here for you, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Unless if you're going for the cold-blooded challenge, I'd say just don't even buy the DLC. Don't bother. It's not that good. It's not worth $15. Maybe for the multiplayer stuff if you're into that, but it's not good. Obviously, I don't know if it deserves an F, but I wouldn't be too sad to put it down there, but I feel like there might be worse maps. I don't know. Also, I said Mob of the Dead was going to be next, but that was like a month ago, and I completed it, deleted the footage on accident, and haven't been able to get anyone else to beat it with me. So if you guys want to do that, hit me up on my Discord. There's like looking for group channels. You can, don't at me probably, but I check them every now and then when I want to play. So if you're looking for someone or me to play with, I'd say check in there, please. There's 100 people in there, but not a lot of people talk. So I'd appreciate it if if you're in it or if you want to join it, if you could just say hi, maybe make an invitation to play a game or something, I'd really appreciate it. And maybe even we could do an Easter egg together and record it, or we could just do it for fun. I don't really care. Anyways, yeah. If anyone wants to do Mob of the Dead specifically, hit me up. Anyways, with that said, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Stay beautiful and be nice to someone today. I know I say that a lot, but you know, it's always good to remind you. Just hold the door for someone, smile at someone, do something, man. Anyways, bye.